North Korea is a dangerous nation led by a delusional, power-hungry child dictator who has nuclear weapons and wants to destroy America. Right? Well, here's the backstory you're not being told. North Korea claims that it needs to continue its development of nuclear weapons so that they can have the means to keep the United States from bombing them first. Seriously, that's their claim. The government-owned media tells North Korean citizens that they must have nuclear weapons in order to ensure their own survival. Ridiculous? Well, not really. Most Americans don't realize that during the 1950s, the United States military dropped 635,000 tons of explosives on North Korea. That's more explosives than the U.S. dropped during the entire Pacific theater of World War II. Historian Bruce Cummings points out that most Americans are completely unaware that the U.S. destroyed more cities in North Korea than it did in Japan or Germany during the Second World War. But every North Korean knows about this. It's drilled into their minds. Americans, on the other hand, never hear about it. The U.S. has dropped more than 32,000 tons of napalm on North Korea. General Curtis LeMay once bragged that the U.S. killed off 20% of the population and targeted everything that moved. Americans often think that there is no valid reason why North Koreans hold such fear and contempt toward America. Well, the U.S. military gave them 635,000 tons of reasons. Many North Koreans are still alive who remember the indiscriminate bombings and the napalming of villages, and the younger generation has heard countless stories from first-hand witnesses who lived through that war. None of this is a defense of the Kim dynasty or of the brutality that the North Korean government has enacted against its own citizens. The North Korean people are robbed of so many freedoms that the rest of the world takes for granted, and communism continues to suppress any hope of prosperity for the North Korean people. There's no denying this. However, Americans need to realize that the resentment that North Koreans feel toward America was not magically created in a vacuum. The same war where the U.S. indiscriminately dumped tons of flaming acid on North Korean villages never officially ended. 70 years later, the 38th parallel is the most militarized border in the world, and there are still nearly 30,000 American soldiers, sailors, airmen, and Marines stationed just on the other side of that border. Americans need to realize that the North Korean dictator's wild claims of American aggression are grounded in recent and current events. And that's the backstory. Hey everybody, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate all your support. Make sure you subscribe so you can keep up with all of my videos, and also follow me on Facebook. All This with Aldous is the name of our page, and on Twitter at Aldous Talks. Thanks. Catch you later.